What's up?
How are you?
I'm okay. You?
Yeah, I've been better, dude. I'm telling you. It was
Yeah,
talking to you back there.
you
Yeah.
sound a bit stuffy.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's just allergies, but I've been sneezing and my nose is stuffed. My head hurts. I'm not a happy person right now. Hi,
What kind?
Douglas. Good morning, Tina. How are you guys? Welcome in, everybody.
Good morning. Yeah, Garrett. Candy kisses forever.
Yeah, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, I woke up.
Mitch, Tina, Doug, Tom. How's everybody doing?
Hi,
Yeah,
Tom. How are you? Yeah, so I woke up this morning. I felt okay. Not horrible. Came in
right.
here. I was running a little late, so I came running in here. I set up the computer real quick, hit the button to get on because it was like 2 minutes to 8. I was ready to go. And then the whole computer thing just started with not being able to get on the radio today for whatever fucking reason. So then I've been fighting with them all morning. And then all of a sudden, as the morning has gone on, my head has gotten clogged, my nose, I'm stuffy, I'm sneezing.
Huh.
Oh, I got a headache.
Do you usually get allergies at this time of year?
No, but my allergies have been changing a lot lately.
Okay.
Last year or two, I've been getting allergies for different things lately. So I think that my time is up. 7 years, I think they say. Every 7 years, your allergies can change. You can become allergic to things. You can.
Really?
That's what I've heard. I don't know how
Huh.
true it is.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I've always heard that. I don't know how true it is.
I'm just noticing now that the Sky Daddy's got some red eyes in his emoji.
Oh yeah, he's going out. I know I'm devastated. The concert's tonight. I'm leaving tonight to go on a 20-hour ride to forever.
To forever.
Well, now it feels like it's gonna be forever because I feel like crap.
Gotta just dose up that vitamin C, man. Go hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna dose up that vitamin mushroom.
That vitamin mushroom. How'd your trip to the dispensary go yesterday?
It was eventful. It went. We did good. We did good.
Yeah.
We got everything we wanted and then some, so we're good.
Nice.
I don't remember. I have a whole bunch of different stuff, and
Yeah.
it's all packed already, so I'm not digging it out trying to figure out what it is.
No, would you get mostly flour? Did you get some concentrates and
we got like flour? We got some carts. I got a gram of the concentrates. We're good. We're good. We're gonna have a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, I got.
How you gonna smoke your concentrates on the road? You're gonna take your.
I'm taking my nectar collector and my torch. Yeah, I might not be doing it while we're driving, but that'll be for when we get there.
I used to know a guy who was one of my customers who had the nicest dab rigs ever. Like, I think we talked a bit about him before. He'd have those dab rigs that were $6, $7, $8 grand. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he'd be driving on the highway and doing dabs at the same time, holding the dab rig between his legs with the torch. And I wouldn't have been able to do that.
I've rolled a joint while driving a couple times, but
that guy used to be able to roll with one hand like that.
People that don't know how to roll in the car with you, and you're like, "Fuck, come on, give me this thing." I roll while I'm driving with my knee. This weekend's gonna be great, whether I'm sick or not, whether I'm sitting just back at my camp and watching from a distance and miserable, or I'm up there dancing. It's gonna be.
Hopefully that environment will give you the energy. So you.
Oh yeah, I'm right now. I think I'm just more pissed off about the radio not being working today, and just angry, ornery. I'm just ornery.
What's this glitchy witchy bitch says? She says a friend is trying to figure out what to make for a dude's birthday. I told her to make him something that calls him the product of dick cheese.
Right.
Huh. I've never had dick cheese in any sense of the word, so
I've had some. I've cleaned it all off.
Morning, Cookies. Hey, Kelly, how are you?
How are you? Welcome in. Good morning, Kelly. Tom, thank you so much. Kelly's the one that's driving, so I'm gonna drink a ton of coffee
There you go.
and just stay awake and try to hang with her while she drives. It's gonna be good.
Oh, I was going to say, little freeze going on.
Well, I didn't notice it.
Nah, you're going to have a good weekend, though. You're going to forget all about the fact that you ain't feeling top shape right now. And
Well, I'm
no,
hoping that it's just allergies. Like it'll clear up in a little while and I'll feel better.
does
I
it, I
haven't,
mean,
I
you got
haven't taken
allergies.
these.
You know what it feels like, right? Does it feel like allergies?
I don't really have allergies. I never really experienced like this hay fever or the pollen shit. My allergies were like to cut grass. That was like the only thing and perfume. I was allergic to cut grass and perfume.
Really?
And then, that's it really overall.
Huh.
And then now lately I've been getting a little more allergies to things. Like they're like one dishwashing, laundry soap or two. I'm allergic to.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's
believe it or
basically
not,
it.
some of the guys I used to work with were actually allergic to the weed. Working with it,
Oh,
you
really?
know? Yeah,
You said that. I think you told us that once that
yeah.
what would they get hives and shit?
Well, they get itchy and little, like, I guess hives, right? Little bumps on the skin and
Yeah,
that
you're
sometimes.
fired. Get out of
Like
here. We
we
ain't got time for you to
recovered all the way,
we ain't got
basically.
time
But
for you to be itching all day. Get out. You're fired.
well, it was the biggest problem was usually during the harvest, right? When we were
Right.
harvesting, and then we were using the trim machines because they're a fairly aggressive process, so it's throwing
Shit's flying
trichome into
everywhere.
the air, and so
Is it snowing leaves in
yep.
there?
I actually found a video of it the other day. It was so strange to see that again. I had posted a video on LinkedIn of one of our trims, and I just came across it the other day, and it was weird. It had like thousands of views.
Right,
I was
Douglas.
like, "What?"
Doug is right there. He says shrooms, dabs, alcohol. You'll be better in no time.
Yeah. Well, the problem is though, when you're taking shrooms, you don't feel the alcohol.
Yeah, I don't drink anyway, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
be no
So
alcohol. Maybe a beer
yeah, shrooms and
if I
alcohol
get
are
a
just
little
kind of
crazy.
a
If I
waste
get
of
a little
alcohol,
kooky with myself, I might have a beer, but
really.
I'm not a
Hey,
drinker.
that's a little adventurous, hippie.
I don't drink. Not a drink.
Adventurous. You never
Last
know
time
what
I
happens.
drank, I was sleeping in
Next
a
thing you'll be in
prison
the front
cell.
row throwing your bra up there at Muck Sticky. Have a
Shh.
beer.
I already got 3 of them packed.
Nice.
Mississippi's. I've been stealing them when she's not looking.
Before or after you knew you were going to Muck Sticky?
Oh, I've always had them there. I have
Oh, okay.
full rights to any of the bras in this house. I bought them all. No. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm a little devastated that I feel this way. But like
Yeah,
I said, once
you
the
wait a while.
radio starts working and I feel better about my radio station not being, not working appropriately right now, like I'm
Right.
so pissed that the only thing that's good is we don't have to worry about commercials.
Oh, well,
Woohoo.
I'm kind
We
of
can
glad that I was occupied today and I never got on the computer at all because I didn't even know your radio was down. I wouldn't have known what to do if I was sitting here trying to work.
Well, no, it's still playing the regular music in the background, but it's not letting me get on
Oh,
it.
it's not letting you interact.
Right, because I had to
Oh,
change the
okay,
code. I had to change the
okay,
code, and when they changed the code, they fucked something up,
okay.
and now
But
I
you
can't get on. Ah!
everybody loves little Raggy. Where's little Raggy to feel that love?
Oh, he's there. He's Robert Biggs.
Where is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
Today he's
huh.
Robert.
I noticed, Robert, that your eyes are kind of red in that emoji.
Yeah.
What are you getting at there? Why are your eyes red? What are you up to? Oh, look at that. And they're half closed. That looks like something funny's been going on.
They can't quite see the doobie coming out of his mouth, but there's a doobie in there too.
There we go. That should be an emoji I should use all the time.
That's
I've
him.
never seen that one before.
That's my boy Raggy. He's
I
like a
didn't
son to
know.
me. He's like a son to me. I love him.
I
Anyway,
didn't know
I
that
love you
stuff.
guys all. Don't think that I don't love you all. You guys are all amazing. How's your best friend Al?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't talked to him since
Oh,
yesterday.
I thought you guys would be like pen pals now.
No, no,
I'm just kidding.
no,
No, you haven't
no,
heard nothing.
no. I haven't heard anything.
What we need to do is I need to start figuring out how to send you stuff so you can make video commercials, bruh.
Yeah,
We need to, because I don't have the ability to do that shit. I don't even know what the fuck a video commercial
I'm
is.
learning. I'm learning.
But so like, how to Mrs. Hippie was like, you got to try to figure out how to play their commercials because we don't. If they got commercials and my commercials, we got to figure out how to do it so that
Yeah,
we're not doing commercials all day. You know.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, of
there's
course
some
not.
thinking we got
I
to do.
think he's got what did he tell me? 3 minutes, maybe
Of
twice an hour.
commercials. 3
Yeah.
minutes, twice an hour. Yeah, that's what about we got too. So you're talking 6 minutes twice an hour.
Oh,
That's a lot of commercialing.
less than you get on TV.
But it's different when you're sitting listening to the radio for
Yeah.
6 minutes, you know.
No. Well, we'll just maybe have to make some of the commercials.
Well, we could split them up. I mean, we could go
Entertainment.
15. We could go 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, and 3
Yeah.
minutes. You know, and just do them every 15 minutes. We got to do a commercial break. But
Well, we'll figure out those details. Like I
yeah,
told him, I said the next couple of weeks are a little bit screwed up for me because I'm going to be moving and getting
right.
settled, and I'm going to miss a week in there anyway, pretty much,
Uh,
while I'm moving. So, like I think we'll just kind of figure out all the details between now and the beginning of October, and then get rolling with him once I'm settled in Montreal.
that's what I thought we were doing. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, that just seems to be the most logical way to go at it. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, that's what I was thinking anyway. And it's
I
going to
do.
be cool, because we're going to actually have a broader network, and it'll
We'll be able to
be
help
able to
more
reach more
people.
ears.
Yeah, help
Yeah,
more
we'll be able to
people.
reach more ears. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So
I
yeah.
can't show my excitement today because I'm a little under the weather. Woo-hoo. It took a lot out of me.
Yeah, no, it does, man. Not feeling good. Look, Garrett at 11:15 says he's the first one here, and I haven't seen him since.
He hasn't been here since. He just comes in, tries to brag, and then he leaves for an hour or two, and then comes back at the last 15. He's like, I got a gig now. I worked the last 15 minutes. I don't got to be there the whole time.
That's it, eh? He sent me some pretty nice AI art that he did the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some nice stuff.
He plays with that stuff, right? He's the one that was talking to you about all the
Yep,
different AI art stuff.
yep.
Yeah. Anybody got any questions over there? I got to tell you that it was a shadow. There is no purple lines. Everything looks beautiful.
Oh, it was just a shadow. Okay, yeah,
It was just a shadow on the leaf,
yeah,
I guess, because when I went out there to look at it nervously because you had told me, and I was like,
yeah. I
oh,
mean, you got when you start to see in this stage of growth, when you start to see some sorts of discoloration in any way, it's a signal to look deeper, right?
yeah, yeah,
To
yeah. Well,
look
that's
to look
why
a
I
little
brought it
harder
up
what
to you.
you're doing, but
Yeah, that's
yeah.
why I brought it up to you. But now this bitch is like almost a foot tall.
Oh, it'll grow fast.
Yeah. Every
Yeah, it'll
night
grow
I
fast.
wake up in the morning and that son bitch is another inch or two
It's bigger.
taller.
Wait till you get it under a proper lamp.
What's wrong with
You
the
know what I
lamp?
mean? A proper lamp and in the right environment, you'll really see it
Flourish.
evolve. Yeah,
Yeah, it'll flourish. Yay.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It'll be good.
well,
That's
that's about all I got.
I suggest to everybody out there that does grow plants, you can find online. You just got to search cannabis deficiency charts, and you can find them all over. If you go to images on Google and search for a deficiency chart for cannabis, um, they're there, and they show, sometimes 20 or 25 different images of a cannabis leaf, and then with each image tells you what your deficiency can be, right? So it's a good place to start when you're trying to figure something out. When your plant's not looking right, that's a good place to start looking, because those images, you can really hold them right next to the plant and say, yeah, that looks okay, or maybe it's nitrogen, maybe it's potassium, maybe it's, magnesium, because we add stuff like CalMag to plants to increase the magnesium availability. and things like that when you start to see deficiencies.
All
So,
right, I got another question here.
Mhm.
It came in from a woman named Mrs. Hippie.
Okay.
It's not really a question. Uh, the woman tried to talk me into pouring pasta water on my plant last night. The leftover
Well,
after
I don't know if
dessert.
there's any benefit to the starches for that. I mean, it's not something we would conventionally do, right?
Yeah.
Because in most gardens, don't have pasta water. So I don't know anybody that's ever tried it. I've never heard of it. I don't know whether. I mean, it's going to be mostly starch in there.
I'm
And
sure
starch is
I'm
sugar.
not nothing against
So
Italians, but I have an American plant here. I don't want
yeah.
no pasta. No pasta over here.
Well,
No
that
pasta.
plant is a worldwide plant. It grows pretty much everywhere.
No, I know.
Pretty much everywhere cannabis grows. I don't know. I don't know if it was only found, originally in like Africa, and then the plant was
I
brought
always
to
wonder, like, who's the
other
first
countries.
person that rolled it up and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna try smoking this stuff." Who was it? Jeebus?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to know when the first incidences of people actually
Was it the
smoking.
cavemen? I mean, was
Yeah,
it
like I wonder, right?
was it Dino from the
I,
Flintstones, the dinosaurs, the
I
dinosaurs?
haven't seen any scientific evidence of 5,000-year-old zigzags yet.
Right. I
So
mean, they probably rolled it up in some sort of a leaf.
yeah, like a cigar, maybe. But most likely they might have used something like a pipe, or perhaps what they did was at some point they ran low on fuel for their fire, so they just happened to take these
A
cannabis
brush
buds and try and burn them in the fire, and then just maybe been sitting downwind, right?
sitting
And
there and
found
been
out,
like,
hey,
"Woo-hoo-hoo, why
what's
are we
going on?
laughing?
We're all feeling pretty good because
Why are
maybe
we
they
all
were in a
laughing like
cave,
that?"
right? They could have been in a cave and they were burning the flour in the fire
Right, that's the
just as a
first time
source of
we've ever,
fuel.
we
Yeah,
what do you call it when you bake out the car?
yeah, they hotboxed, right? They hotboxed
They
the cave,
hotbox the cave.
and then they were like,
Wilma!
oh, there's more to this than we thought. We were just using it for the seeds and the leaf and the nutritional value, but we didn't know that it could make us, want to tap on the log and dance around and have a good time.
Do, dancing to the music that's not even on.
So you never know, right?
Yeah, I don't know, that's why I'm that's like
No.
but I'm a believer, but, like, the same thing, like, I've never seen no boat with 2 animals, on the,
What, Noah's Ark, you mean?
like, I've never seen any evidence of Noah's Ark, but, it's the same kinda thing,
They
like,
were
who
pretty creative back then, right? They may have discovered, first that they could eat the leaf and the seed. Might have been the first thing they discovered about cannabis, and
but,
then they
like, I don't even know
uh,
when you say "they," like, who? Like, Jesus? And
whoever the first ones were. I mean,
the
I don't know
Indians?
when it began. The
Maybe the
earliest
Indians.
the earliest evidence I've ever heard of is in China and Egypt. Cannabis has been found in tombs, dating back to about 5,000 years ago.
Whoa.
So it has
Smoking that shit.
it has an extremely long um, interaction with humans, but where it began, who knows? But they probably figured out they could eat the seeds, and that they could eat the bud, and that they could eat the leaf. And so it probably started as a food source, and then they were always looking for fibers, right? Because they always had to make, a net to fish with, or a basket, or whatever. And if you start stripping off the fiber from the cannabis plant, it's
Yeah, well,
extremely durable, right?
that's probably how it started was with the hemp or yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
well, that's what it would have been. Most likely, would have been hemp, right? I think it's been the marijuana side of it has probably been um, manipulated to be that way through crossing different things. Maybe, I don't know.
All right, 4:20. We'll be right back. Well, we're not going anywhere, but we're gonna listen to a song anyway. My man Muck. Buckaroo.
Thank you,
Oh,
Tom.
thank you, Tom.
Appreciate that.
I get in the zone, get in my way, ain't no beat your best, she's sitting home alone. I'm a stoner rock and roller like a bowler, knocking down the pins. I'm a roller, dozen doobies for two. I'll roast you like a chicken dinner, toss you like a glass of champagne, eat you up like a mic, good times and good rhymes. JD called me down on my right it up like tune hotter than the pavement down. Give you everything that you desire. Shade to prove your number, cause I've been hot fire. How do you do?
What's shaking in your grinder? Ah, there he is, sneaking in, Mr. I'm First.
Hey, Garrett, what's up, buddy?
How do you do?
What's shaking in your grinder?
Oh, so nice.
Open on a fat jug. I be blazing through and looking for the chewing. Treat you to a nice meal. Ladies taking shrimp. Pickle, Peter pipe. Hanging up and down the street. The trunk rattling, battling the evil forces. Beat them like the fishing. Beat them clever when I'm on the level. Pebble in the air. Trimming up in big buzz like they're trimming heads. I can travel to the cosmos almost any time I wish. Munching on some mushies after soft and dish. It's a fat movie. It's a fat movie. Mugger blowing up, exploding like a bluey. Chewy like Chewbacca. I'll be like a flock of seagulls. Getting red, baby.
Getting there.
On your head. I said I ain't stopping till I drop fucking dead, which means I'm gonna be here forever. How do you do? We're chicken in your ground. We're chicken in your ground. We're chicken in your ground. How do you do? We're chicken in your ground. We're chicken in your ground. We're chicken in your ground. Do you get high? And pass it up. You can pop it like a choo-choo. Need a fun tune, don't you know I'm coming through? How do you do? A real shaking in your grinder. Looking for some Mary Jane, don't you know I'm gonna find it? Don't need a reminder, I know when I'm low. I can high with a little help from my friend Joe. Thing out of tune, so you stick around. Might find me in the shower, swinging my dick around, finding like the circus, working on a good buzz. You're fuzzy on the details, sending you an email. Never does the weed fail to take you to a higher plane. But it's taking what he is only here in the brain. You never maintaining this is a pack, and I'm back. Now let's burn another sack. You do a real chicken in your ground. How do you do? We're chicken in your ground. We're chicken in your ground. We're chicken in your ground. Well, I'm sticking like I got ganja galore. You might have a lot of ganja, but I got much more. I'm a super groovy doobie, I'm gonna get lit. Take a big old hit, cause this shit's legit. So what you want? I want the cash for the show up front. Don't keep around like a punt. For the fun, I'm always on the hunt. Come along and get down. Pass it all around. Aren't you glad you found the funky fresh mug sound? We can go downtown.
Good morning, Corinne. How are you? Happy high noon. Happy 420.
Wow. Crossing that finish line looking like a winner, baby. How do you do? We're chicken in your ground. 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 We're chicken in your ground.
Nice.
Oh, goodness. Bless me. Oh, thank you. Welcome, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon to you guys over here on the East Coast. I woke up with a head cold. I'm thrilled. Yes, thrilled. Happy 420 to everybody.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
I don't know, man. I'm just looking at my Facebook here. I got like 43 notifications, and they're all, like when someone invites you to like this or invites you to like that.
Yeah.
Like this, like I might get one or two of those a day. I got like 43 of them all back to back. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, welcome to my world, bro. It's all about being famous.
Yeah, right.
I get a
Oh, no,
billion of them fucking things a day.
yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, you got to look at every one of them and see what they're doing.
no, when I see it like that, I'm just going to delete it all because I don't know what the hell's going on, and that's bizarre. You know what I mean? So who knows what's up? And if you start clicking on things in there, sometimes you get yourself in trouble. It's like if I don't know you and you send me a link in Messenger, I'm not touching it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to touch the link you send me if I don't know you.
We got a question. We got a question.
Yes, I see. I have a question in reference to CBD carts.
I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
The question is, can they be shipped to us in the interim because I'm trying to stop smoking? Can the CBD carts that we're going to be making be shipped to you? Is that what you're trying to understand? Yeah, that was funny, Chris. I love that. I thought that was great when I saw that. Man, and it's so appropriate. So appropriate to the people wearing their masks while they're driving by themselves in the car. I mean, you know, and the mask doesn't really protect you anyway. You're wearing it to try and protect other people. So if you're in the car by yourself, I don't get it. Really crazy. But yeah, I'm trying to understand what you mean, Corrine, because yeah, there's not much, and really to the cheapest thing you could do is make it yourself. And I don't know if Hippie would want to send them or not. I certainly can't because I'm in another country. So there's not much I can do on that front. Yeah, I mean, I still see people in the stores. Are you in Canada, Corrine? If you're in Canada, I don't need to ship them. You can get them where you are. Unless you're talking about empty carts. I don't know. Yeah, if you're in Canada, I can help you find what you're looking for close to where you are. If you're in the States, I can check your local dispensaries if you're in a legal state, and we can help you figure out what to do from there. But if you're in Canada, then I can probably give you a hand. I know some places that will ship anywhere. You get your CBD on Tuesday, Chris. That'll be perfect. I got everything just sitting waiting to do it. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to handle the camera side of things so you can actually see what I'm doing. But I think I should be able to log in on my phone and on the computer at the same time, so I can use my phone to be away from the computer while I'm doing what I'm doing. It's pretty simple though. Oh, you're in PA, Corey. Okay. Yeah, I mean, really, to make your own, if you've gone to a dispensary recently and bought yourself a vape cart, then we can use the cart you already have to fill with the CBD. So we can do it either way. I can take a look. I've looked at the apothecarium a couple times. I'll take a look at them once the hippie comes back, and we will see what we can find. I haven't found anybody yet doing a straight CBD cart. I don't know why. It would be logical for me if they did, but I really don't get why. Apothecarium in Stroudsburg, is that the one you're looking for, Corrine? Yeah, the COVID's a funny thing. I saw a doctor out of Florida this morning saying that it's not necessary to get the shot unless you're 65 or older. So, and my son ended up with that myocarditis. He ended up having to go to the hospital because he had that problem with his heart after he got his vaccination. So, you know, all right, let's see what we can find. CBD. Yeah, you're not going to be able to find that, I don't think, Corrine, at the apothecarium. I think the only way will be to make it for yourself. Um, do you have any vape carts there that you've purchased that had cannabis, like THC in them, or like a live resin or a distillate or something like that? Yeah, no problem. I just sadly, it's they just don't have. Not in the Stroudsburg anyway. Concentrate. Yeah, they only carry one concentrate that's CBD heavy, and it's actually a 1-to-1 of Allentown. Let's take a look. Let's take a look in Allentown.
Oh,
Allentown website. Yes, I'm 21 or older. Search CBD. Um, pretty much the same thing. They got a 1-to-1 lotion. They have a tropical resin live cart. Oh, this might be interesting. Hold on. It's a 1-to-1, Corrine. So if you're okay with getting some THC in with it, they actually have a 1-to-1 CBD cart. So basically, it's 38% THC, 38% CBD. They got a deal on right now until the 17th, 25% off. So a 1 gram cart is $56. Oh, it makes you cough too hard, eh? Okay. Gotcha. I don't know if the CBD is going to be gentler
less
on your
any less hard.
respiratory system, right?
I don't know. You might have to eat it.
Yeah. And I have to do a little bit of looking around on
Well,
what
she's trying to
emphysema
quit
is.
smoking as well, so she wants to use it as an aid to quit smoking.
Yeah, no, I get it. I saw that earlier. So they don't do pure CBD, but I don't know. With emphysema, like when it comes to asthma, asthma is a constriction of the bronchi, and cannabis is bronchial dilator. So for somebody with asthma, cannabis can actually be beneficial because it relaxes the bronchi and it allows them to be dilated and get the transference of oxygen into your blood. I'm not sure exactly what emphysema entails as far as how it acts on the lung. I don't know if it's just to do with the plasticity of the lung or if it's something to do with the bronchi, like I said, a constrictional thing. So, yeah, I don't really know how to advise you on that. I really don't. Sorry about that. I wish I had a good answer for you, but I just don't know what to say to that. Sorry, Corrine.
She stumped the doctor.
Well, it's just that I've never come across anything that talks about cannabis and emphysema. And certainly, I mean, there's no proof out there that CBD will help you stop smoking cigarettes either, right? But it's a chance that you're going to take.
Yeah, it's the oral fixation. That's the part that's
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's why I got this damn thing in my hand. You know, I'm okay with not smoking cigarettes now, but I still
need
need
that.
to have that routine, right? And I don't know what's worse, the vape or the cigarette, really. I think they're both kind of no good, but yeah. Yeah, pop it into ChatGPT, Garrett, and see if you find any studies on cannabis and emphysema. The CBD is helping you. How are you taking the CBD? Are you doing it orally, like in a tincture or something? How you
Hi,
doing, Robert?
Robert.
Oh. What do you got there? Your nectar collector in the background?
Who, me? I
Yeah.
might have. I might have just did some nectar collecting.
Oh yeah. Nice.
I just took half a bottle of Dayquil,
Oh,
and I'm drinking 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C right now.
okay.
I'll be
So I'm
better
just
in a
gonna
minute.
do a quick query here for Corrine,
Sure, I'll entertain.
and
Hey, hi, everybody.
to see if there's any evidence that cannabis can be used with emphysema.
Uh-oh.
How do we spell it?
How do you spell what? Emphysema.
All right, let's see what the magical thing says here.
She also wrote, no, but it's true that the flower bud does help as a dilator.
Well, that's what I'm reading right now. It says there's
But I
limited
have to
research
use
on the
a
use of cannabis for emphysema, and the evidence is mixed. While some people with emphysema may find relief from certain symptoms like pain or anxiety through cannabis use, there are potential risks to consider, especially when it comes to inhaling cannabis smoke, which can further irritate the lungs. And that's all it says. So it doesn't give us a very good idea. Well, no, I don't think a bong is a better choice for you because that can be
I
pretty
think she's
active.
saying that's what she has to use.
A bong.
Yeah, well, right now that's how she's smoking it because she needs the CBD to help her quit smoking cigarettes and help with other things. So she's getting that inhale and that smoke inhale from a
Right.
bong, but
And the
she's trying to
cannabis
find
smoke
a.
is less damaging than tobacco smoke. Absolutely. Um, but what, honestly, I would say that if you're going to vape flower at all, you should get yourself a dry herb vaporizer, something like a Utilian or an airizer or something of that nature. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You can
That's
probably get
true.
a pretty decent one in the States for $60 or so, I would guess.
Lori loves the one that I gave her. Loves it. I
Yeah,
mean,
like if you get one that has a ceramic chamber or a stainless steel uh, chamber, you don't want one that has a metal coil inside, but you want a convection heat. You'll find that much gentler on your lungs than pretty much any other way to consume. It's really going to be the probably the most comfortable way for you to continue to use cannabis. And then what you would do is you would get yourself a really high CBD strain. You don't get the highest CBD strain you can find inside the dispensary, and have that as your have that as your way to consume. So let's what it say. This is something Garrett's just sent me now, so he was able to pull up a better answer than I was. And it says the relationship between cannabis, CBD, and emphysema has been a topic of interest to researchers, clinicians, and patients, given the therapeutic potential of cannabinoids for various medical conditions. It is essential to differentiate between the effects of smoking cannabis and the potential therapeutic benefit of cannabinoids. Smoking cannabis, emphysema, is a chronic lung condition characterized by damage to the air sacs in the lungs. Smoking cannabis, like smoking tobacco, has the potential to damage lung tissue and exacerbate respiratory issues. Combusted plant material releases tar and other harmful substances, which can contribute to lung conditions like emphysema. Now, cannabinoids and lung health. CBD and other cannabinoids have been studied for their anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation plays a role in many lung diseases, including emphysema. However, while there is preliminary evidence that cannabinoids may have potential benefits for various inflammatory conditions, the specific relationship between CBD and emphysema has not been well established. Some studies have suggested that cannabinoids can help reducing inflammation and bronchospasms, potentially beneficial for various lung conditions, but again, direct research specifically on emphysema is lacking. So it looks like there may be some potential benefit to the inclusion of CBD. So maybe, like I said, you'd want to look for a dry herb vape. You're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what I can find.
Sucker. We should get out of here.
So let's see. Allentown, PA. So dry herb vape in Allentown, PA. So let's look at the one that's got the good reviews, Express Smoke Shop. Oh, it's a drive-through vape shop. How nice. Products. That's what I want to see. E-cigarettes, no.
Oh, Dr. High.
Yeah.
I got major news. I just remembered because my brain is fucked.
Okay.
So yesterday on the way to the dispensary,
Yep.
There was a table set up out in front of the building.
Okay.
With a gentleman standing there.
Yep. Outside of the dispensary.
Yeah, standing out in front of the dispensary in a parking spot. He had a table set up with a whole bunch of shirts and shit on there.
Okay.
So I kind of said, no matter what he's doing, I'd like to talk to him, see what he's doing so that I could see if I can interview him or whatever,
Right.
So I walked up and I realized that I've seen the brand before. And it is a brand of marijuana that I've smoked.
Okay.
So I look up at him and I say, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, good. And he says, I'm Bobby from My Tree.
Okay.
And I said, I'm the hippie from WTHC Radio. I said, I would love to sit down and have a conversation with you.
Okay.
Said, we are a Pennsylvania grown marijuana company. I really don't know all the details because I was just excited that he was interested.
Okay.
They're here in Pennsylvania. They only sell in Pennsylvania. But they're in pretty much they're located in Pittsburgh and they have ambassadors throughout the whole state that go to different areas, I guess.
Okay.
And he was the ambassador for my dispensary where I go.
Okay.
And he's interested in coming on. So hopefully next week. That
would be cool.
Next week we will have My Tree. If you want to look them up when you're done doing your research there.
Well, I'm trying to find a dry herb cannabis vape. and not having a whole lot of luck. Like, don't you have head shops there?
No. You can go to like the vape shops. I know you're all the way down there, Corinne, but you could definitely get one at like
Well, I'm looking at
Mountain
Allentown,
Vapors, or yeah, I mean one of the vape shops.
and I'm looking at Pure Leaf in Allentown, and they do have a category for vaporizers, and it looks like they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 vapes, but for some reason,
None of them are
no
good.
images are loading into my phone from this particular section. So,
I don't know. I'm back. I'm back. I put
but
the
that's
lights on. It's too dark in here. I'm falling
that's
asleep.
probably where you get your best.
She should just order one online. Go to Temu. No, I'm just kidding. Not Temu. But you could probably just find a company that give her a couple reputable companies that she
If
can
you
just
want to
order to.
order online,
Or reach
from
out to our friends at TH&C and you can get it from Canada.
well, I don't probably would cross the border, but this
Oh, it would.
is the best online dispensary there is. Pretty much biggest in the world, Grass City.
Whoa, you wrote that fast.
So if you Google that, Corinne, you'll be able to find a dry herb vaporizer. Just stay away from Yocan for the dry herb. It's good for concentrate, but really not for dry herb. And try and find like a company like Utilian or Focus Vape. A Focus Vape is an excellent dry herb vape too. Has the right kind of chamber. So does Utilian. They're at the low end of the cost scale.
Yeah,
So
unless
there's
you
no
go into like Yocan or something, then you're going lower. But
but Yocan actually has a coil.
Yeah, you don't want
that metal coil will
go
do
eventually.
some sort of combustion, right? So
right, yeah. But the hit, you'll get a hit, but the smoke that you blow out isn't as much, but you'll still get that smoke out a little bit.
Yeah, you won't have the same visual, right? Yeah, that's the whole thing. You won't exhale like a cloud of smoke. It'll
I don't
be
know
a
if that's
very
going to make a difference for
thin
you.
stream of vapor, but you'll get that back of the throat hit. And that's what I miss, right? It's that hit in the back of the throat when you take a puff off a cigarette that,
Well, Corinne, I don't know if you know any of this stuff, but you can go to like a regular vape shop and get juice with no nicotine in it at all. And you just take a hit off of it and you're really just getting that big cloud. That's all you're getting. I don't know if that would affect does that affect the lung that much?
well, I mean,
Maybe.
because vape juice hasn't been around for that long,
It's been
it
around
just
for like
doesn't
12
have
years. I've been sucking on this thing.
Yeah, but look at cigarettes. Cigarettes were around for a really long time, and it wasn't until the last 20 years that we found out how really bad they were for us. I mean, you look at TV shows from the 60s, and that doctors were smoking cigarettes right in the hospital room, right in the patient's room, right?
Delivering the baby with a cigarette.
Yeah, so
let's get it.
We don't know. I mean, the science on the vape is out at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't think about the whole lung thing again. I was thinking about
but if you're
I was thinking about getting that oral fixation. I wasn't thinking about her lungs.
Yeah. No, I would think that for Corinne, it would be good to take like a CBD oil orally or a tincture, and then vape with a dry herb vaporizer, high CBD flower, with very small THC and a pretty high CBD ratio. The highest you can get anyway. And that might help. That's where I would start anyway, and then look at it again from there. The Flintstones. Used to like those cartoons.
No, I still like those cartoons. I still watch those.
I
put on the boomerang and I sit back, smoke a fatty, chill out, watch Jetsons, the Flintstones, Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, all the classics.
So, Gary, let's have question number 2 from yesterday.
No. We're going to look up my tree.
Oh, my tree.
Yeah,
What are you looking for from my tree?
that's the company that I'm going to try to get on here. Wouldn't we want to look and see what they're all about?
Okay. Oh, what do you? Oh,
Oh my goodness, it's like
no, I'm
talking to
just
a
looking at
Canadian.
the vaporizers finally showed up on my screen from Cure Leaf, but they're all carts. They're not actually devices. So it doesn't look like they're selling the actual device. No, no, no. Nope, 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 nope. Well,
Come on, get up.
that's the end of that adventure there. Hold on. I'm going to take a quick look at Grass City.
All right.
Grass City. Desktop. Vaporizers under $100. Dry herb vaporizers.
Seems to be going a little quicker.
So let's see what we got. That's a good price. Oh, there's some decent ones here, Corinne, for $50.
Oh.
Not too bad. X Vape is a decent portable dry herb. And you'll get 10% off your first order. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that'd be the place to go. Because they'll ship it right to your house. Yep. Yeah, they have a decent selection there. Vaporizers for under $100. Where was that section? Vaporizers under $100. Well, they got some.
Whoop, whoop, down to $49.
Yeah, they got some. Oh, the Yokan Evolved Press at 61 is good, but it's good for concentrates, not necessarily for dry herb. Yep. They have a pretty big selection there, especially if you go under $100. But you just want to go in and make sure that they are not coil. So let's see. They got a Yokan dry herb here. So let's see what they're doing for a coil in this. Perhaps they've changed since the last time I. Okay, so you can buy this one. They have a Yokan here that's got a ceramic heating chamber. Temperature range from 200 to 480, so that's perfect. And it's $54. But if it's the first time you buy from the store, you got a 10% discount. So you're looking at $49 and then the shipping. And I would get the Yokan because Yokan has a great reputation. And the price is right. Yep, and I can see the chamber. It's exactly what you want. There's no coil.
No,
Yep.
I'm not asleep. I was looking up stuff.
That's the one I'd go for. All right, so what are we looking up? Med City?
No, not at all. My MAI
MAI
TRI, all one word.
TRI. MAITRI?
Yeah.
And that's in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Pittsburgh, I think he said.
It's a dispensary?
It is a grow, I guess. It is not a dispensary. It is a place where they grow weed. And then they sell it to the dispensaries, and the dispensaries sell it. They don't have very much in concentrates, he said.
Would they be called
My tree?
My Tree medicinals?
Maybe. All I have is a little wristband that I had. He only had wristbands. He didn't have any business cards, nor did I.
I think
got his phone.
There are in. I think they're in Pittsburgh. Oh, they're actually in Uniontown, Pittsburgh,
Didn't I just say Pittsburgh?
and Greensburg. Yeah, they're in a few places.
All right, let's look them up.
Yeah, I got them open right now.
What are we looking at?
I'm
very excited.
Fair price, I guess, for you guys.
Yeah, they're pretty good too. Their flour's pretty good.
$20 for an eighth.
No, that's not what I pay.
What do you mean? You pay less?
I pay more than that.
Well, I'm looking right at their website right now.
Well, that's where they are when they give it to the dispensary. I guess the dispensary adds their fee.
But you can buy from them direct.
I guess I could if I wanted to. I didn't know that prior.
Yeah.
So they could be my grower.
Yeah, it could be.
So I'm not very close to Pittsburgh. I'm like
they have
hours.
They have nice edibles, but those won't do any good. Their carts look nice.
Yeah, I've had their carts and I've had their
under the Shine brand.
Shine, yeah.
Flower looks pretty good. They're coming in at $23 for an eighth, so $46 a quarter, or $170 an ounce. That's not crazy.
That's okay.
Oh, my pleasure, Corey. That's exactly why we're here. We're here to help as much as we can with people.
Absolutely.
And you feel free to come here and ask questions whenever you want.
Anytime.
It's absolutely
if you want to come up in the box and hang with us, we'll bring you up in the damn box. You can come talk to us straight out. We don't have to type.
I tell you, if there are pictures or anything to judge from, their flower looks pretty nice, especially this.
It's never that hard crumbled.
ICC and SNT. I don't know what that would be, and they're hitting, 25, 23, 23, 21. So the numbers are good.
Yeah. I've never had a complaint about their flower. I don't get it every time because sometimes it's expensive compared to other sales or stuff, but sometimes it comes in my package, especially back in the day when they were like, when I was like, just give me whatever
Yep.
Then they would be throwing that in all sorts of different shit.
They have some nice extracts too.
Do they? Dabs?
Like real hash.
Oh, really?
Yep. $17.50 a gram.
Should we click into my phone and call them right now? You want to call them?
And they have alien rock candy, blue agave, cherry diesel, Girl Scout cookies, hybrid, jet fuel gelato, Kush mints, lemon tree, motor breath. Wow. All at $17.50 a gram. 40% THC. Well, this one's 50% THC. Oh, this is dry sift. So this is what it is. They call it simply microgranulated trichromes. It's the powdery material collected by separating or sieving with a dry mess. So it's dry sift hash. And it's perfect for infusion. Yeah, this is quality stuff.
Well, Bobby is my friend, and if you would like, I could hook my phone up and we can call him right now. I'm sure he would just hang up on us because he doesn't even remember me. Or no, I mean we only met yesterday, and I just grabbed his phone number and I'm like, I will call you as soon as I get back from this trip to go see Muck Sticky, and he was like, sweet.
Yeah.
And so. And I was like, is it going to be you who's going to come on, or is it going to be your boss? He's like, well, I'm one of the ambassadors. It's going to be one of the ambassadors, probably.
Yeah, if he's out there doing the stuff on the sidewalk, promoting the brand, he's a brand ambassador, and he'd be the kind of person that they would step, you know what I mean? He's one of the faces of the company. So
right, yeah, he's got the knowledge. He
may have the proper media training and things like that, because, like, that was one thing at Freedom that they put us through was media training, which I thought was kind of bizarre. I didn't expect that, but
well, you never know
I
when
guess if you
one of-
interact with
you
the
never know
media,
when one of us sons of bitches is going to come walking up to you.
yeah. No,
He
for
was
us, we had.
he was
I mean,
standing
we
up
do
front. I
tours,
just
right?
happened to go there at the right time on the right day.
Yeah. Their RSO is a great price. $56 for the gram.
Yeah, well, they sell it at all the dispensaries, but I mean, I would have to have it shipped then from them if I were to buy it from them. It looks
Well,
like I can buy it right from them.
you're pretty safe because this doesn't have to cross the border. See, Garrett just said, quick question. Since it's legal and whatnot in Minnesota, can I order from those guys? And the answer to that is no, because it has to go interstate. And as soon as it's interstate, it becomes federal jurisdiction. So then you might have a problem. But Hippie might be able to get away with it because he's a medical patient in Pennsylvania and they are a dispensary located in Pennsylvania. And let's say that you're somebody who is, kind of bedridden or in a wheelchair or not able to leave the house.
I
It's
am.
possible that they have a program in place to ship meds to individuals like that. So,
Should we call Bobby?
well,
Right.
if you're going to get them up on the show, they got some decent stuff. I mean, they got an RSO right here for $42 a gram, one at 51, RSO at 48, distillate for $46 a gram, Hippie. They have a really good concentrate selection here. Some real nice looking stuff.
Well, I mean, it's as easy as going like this, and you can talk to him. I'll tell him, who I am originally, but
Well, what am I going to talk to him about?
I don't know, getting him on the show.
Well, that's up to him. Didn't you talk to him about it already?
Well, I said that we would call him and talk to him about it.
Right. Well, we shouldn't do that live, maybe. Kind of puts him on the spot, right?
I guess.
I'm just trying to see whether they have a program where they can ship, but they might not.
I'm not driving 8 hours to Pittsburgh to get it.
Well, they have 2 other locations. I don't know if any of them are closer to you.
Well, Pittsburgh's pretty much as far away as you can get.
I'm just trying to find where the other locations were when we searched them up.
You said 2 names, but I didn't hear. I heard them, but I didn't recognize them.
Uniontown?
Maybe. I don't know.
And Greensburg.
Maybe.
So Pennsylvania is a pretty big state then.
Yeah, it's like 9 hours to get from one side to the other.
Yeah, their products actually look pretty nice, and their prices seems to be better than what you pay at the apothecarium.
Yeah. Well, that's where I met him. He was out front. We were walking in. I was walking in, and I said, "Let me go talk to this dude and see what he's all about." Bam.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll call him on Tuesday or whatever when I get back. And
just have a quiet chat with him, and
we'll see what it's all
see
about. Get him on the air.
Yeah. Especially if he's in on the manufacturer side, right?
Absolutely. I figured anything, but and then he started telling me, he's like, we're a PA grown PA company. Like, we don't go to no other states. We're going to be strictly taking care of the people here in PA.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can stop right there, bro. I just want to talk to you on the radio. Are you interested? And he was like,
and it kind of goes to what I was saying, and that's the way the cannabis industry would thrive, is if each state developed their own and there was no interstate commerce at all of product. And that way you create.
Bobby might be my new best friend. You might be out.
Yeah. You create an industry that supports
he lives in the town right up the road from me.
What? And he works all the way in Pittsburgh?
No. He's the ambassador for this area.
Oh, so he's like an area rep.
Yeah, well, I guess he calls himself an ambassador of this area.
Right. Yeah, so
He
he's
goes
probably
to all our dispensaries. He makes sure everything's being taken care of.
yeah.
They're getting quality product. They're getting their good shit, and he's the
So
representative.
he may be an educator too, you know?
I didn't get that far. I said, dude, I want you
Yeah,
on the radio. Are you interested?
yeah, he may be an
If he would
educator.
have said no, then I would have continued to try to convince him. But he said yes. He was like, yes, we're interested. And I was like, sweet. I
Well,
said, go ahead.
oh my God,
Somebody farted.
I think my dog did. Wasn't me, but
Yeah.
something occurred.
I don't want to say anything, but Mrs. High was right behind you a few minutes
No,
ago.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
She
I
might have
saw him
left you.
slip by. Might
She
have done a
fucking
drive-by on me.
drive by. She may have
Yeah.
drive by and said,
Oh, well,
leaving
like
now.
this would be a payback for probably the 10,000 I've done with her over the
Yeah,
years.
I was gonna say, how many times have you pulled the blankets up over her head and said,
She says sometimes it scares the dog out of bed at night.
that's it. I couldn't remember the name. She crop dusted your ass. She came by and was
Yeah, could have been.
like, we're gonna blame Loki because I don't want to get in trouble with Mrs. High.
I
Loki,
don't
you're a
know.
bad dog.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems to be pretty far away for it to have been as intense as it was. So,
Yeah, but
it
like I
makes
could
more
see her.
logical sense that it was the other way around.
She was right there behind the Backstreet Boys over there.
Yeah,
I could see her in the background doing work.
yeah. That's my backup behind me right there.
That's your backup band.
My backup band, yeah. That's
Dr.
it.
High
My support crew.
and Dr. High and the Buds.
So,
Anyway, so that's exciting. I'm happy to get them on. That'll be great. That'll be a great. And if I can make a connection with them where I can get my, and always get right from them and not have to worry
right.
about, dealing with
I
any
mean,
of this
I
other.
didn't see a shipping option,
Yeah,
but I
that's
would
it.
imagine as long as they have your documentation on file and it's not leaving the state, that
Why
it may
wouldn't it be
actually
okay?
be an option.
Right.
Even by the time you consider, let's say it costs you $20 in postage, if you buy like you normally buy,
Yeah.
you're still saving money,
And
right?
we're getting hash where I can't get hash at the
Yeah, I
dispensary.
mean, they got some really decent looking concentrates and stuff
But
there.
I don't understand why, if they sell hash, why don't they have it at that dispensary?
I don't know.
Or maybe they do, and I just don't know to ask for it because I've never really walked in and said, "Can I get some bubble hash?" Or "Can I get
Dry sift? That was dry sift.
Yeah, but
Trichome.
can
Yep.
can you look up Apothecarium and see if they have dry sift for sale? I've
We'll
never
see.
asked. I don't even know what the fuck a dry sift is. I mean, I do now because we're talking about it, but
Dry sift is basically what you do is you take a screen and a tub, right?
right,
Not
you
a
catch
bucket, but
all the
like a,
terpenes.
yeah,
It's
but
kind it's kinda like a not a nectar collector, but when you use your grinder and you get the keef.
yeah, kind of. Yep.
Right.
Same idea, but you do it, you just lay the screen over the tub and you drop your cannabis on there and you kind of bounce it around a little bit and the glands break off and
Right.
they fall underneath and they collect it from there. So
Right. And then what do you do with it? You kinda just squish it and play with it until it turns into a ball of heaven?
well, no, I mean, in the form that it's in, it's actually full melt. So you can dab it.
So maybe they have it already and I'm doing it and I just didn't even know.
Yeah, you can actually dab that. No, you would know because it would be more of a powdery consistency as opposed to
Oh, I have had the ones that
solid.
kinda look like some sort of a cocaine product.
Well, it wouldn't be the same color. It would be more of a
Shh, there she is again, behind
beige.
you. Be careful. Put the nose plugs on.
Pod, wellness, flour, disposable, concentrate.
I warned you.
Ooh, they got some fire here. Let's see, do they have it? Stuff from Kind Tree looks nice.
Kind Tree's a dump. Is
Yeah,
that
but
them
the
too?
product looks good in the pictures.
Yeah, except for is that the same company?
No, because I'm looking at the
Oh,
apothecarium.
you're looking at Kind Tree is the owner of Apothecarium, whatever the hell.
Oh, okay.
And that's the ghetto house brand. Nobody
Oh,
buys
boy.
that shit.
You should be running down there because they got Oh, that's a good price for you. It's a great price.
What?
I think so. I'm just trying to see exactly what it is.
They had some good deals yesterday. We got the 3 half-gram carts for $99.
Yeah, like this looks like they're not saying what it is, but to me it looks like either rosin or batter, like it's a concentrate, but they got 4 grams for $120.
Oh yeah, that's on all the concentrates right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's a deal for that brand though, Kind Tree
Yeah.
and Gauge maybe or something like that.
I mean, it's still from where I
Now,
am. It's
but I talked
expensive.
to my
For you,
girl,
it's not.
and my girl said, "Yeah, that's a good deal, except for they're gonna give you the 2-gram container, the 2 grams in one container, and it's a 1-gram container, and we've had numerous complaints about it overspilling and melting and spilling out and losing half their product because they thought that they could try to cram 2 grams into a 1-gram container." And
Yeah.
she's like, "I don't want you to buy that because I contemplated, 'cause
And you
Curly
know what's
Cal
stupid, right?
'cause Curly Cal and Lori, well, I don't know about Lori, but I know Curly Cal wants to try to dab. So I
Oh, you're gonna
contemplated
have her stoned if she hasn't dabbed before, and you put her on that nectar collector.
she's done dabs before, but she didn't like them. So I'm gonna teach her how to do them appropriately so she likes them, and then she can go from there. Whether
Uh,
she wants to continue to do them from there, that's up to her.
nice.
But I'm gonna, teach her how to do it with a nectar collector where you're not killing yourself and blowing out your goddamn lung
Well, that's
with
it,
a
right?
huge
Especially at
dab.
lower temperature.
Right. I'm gonna teach her the lower temperature so she can taste it and yeah, right. The stuff
Yeah.
that you've taught me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Yep. That'll be good.
Um, but
Yeah. That's kind of
but
stupid for
she
them
was
to
like,
do
I'm
that,
not
right?
gonna she's like, I'm not gonna sell them to you because I'll give them to other people. You don't want them.
And she's had complaints, so
Yeah,
that's good. And
she said,
it makes sense. And for a company to do that, it's kind of stupid because the packaging they're using is like 60 cents. So a 2-gram
I
container might
don't
cost you
understand the
85.
packaging. Let me show you the box. Look at the size of this box.
Yep. To put that little jug inside, that little jar.
Yeah. Let me open it.
Yep.
90% of the box is a folded up
Yeah,
piece of
it's just
crap in the
cardboard.
bottom,
Yep.
and then the little jar sits in the top. I'm like, why the fuck do you have to waste all this money on fucking box like this?
Yeah.
Just give me the goddamn jar.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then I
And
was talking
they
to her when
shouldn't
I
be
was sitting
using
there,
jars
and she's
either.
doing all the math and everything. I'm
Yep.
talking to her, and I'm like, I said, "Are they coming out with bigger?" And she said, "That's how we got onto the dabs." And she said, "They have the 2-gram dabs now, but they don't have anything bigger than that yet."
Right.
And then they said they are working on the bigger carts where you're gonna get 2-gram and 3-gram carts in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then some of these boxes, it's like getting into Fort Knox.
Uh,
I'm like, I am not a child. I know how to push buttons and pull. Why am I not able to get into this? I've used knives to cut my boxes in half
right.
to get into the shit to be able to get my drugs out.
And you know what's worse, right? If they were doing all their boxes from hemp paper, hemp cardboard, then
Oh,
that's to be supported, right? Because it can be recycled, everything's good.
right.
And what they should be using inside is not the glass jar with the lid.
Well,
They
but
should be
wait,
using silicone.
I want to tell silicone. Are you stoned? We don't
Huh?
have no, they don't do it like that here. Our jars come individually. We don't get to see our stuff.
Right, but
But
they should be like this. The
where the
container.
hell did you go? I was in the middle of talking to you.
So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about silicone. Little silicone rubber
Oh,
containers
yeah, yeah.
are perfect for
already nectar collect out of or whatever
you can see the shatter inside, eh?
Yeah.
The concentrate. But the beautiful thing about these is that nothing sticks. It
Right.
never sticks to this stuff.
I understand what you're saying there, but I'm talking like what I was gonna say is for my jars of flour now, we never
Yep.
were able to see in them, and we just started to. I was talking to her yesterday, and I said I noticed that the Cresco jars have been clean. You can see through them, and she's like, "Yeah, everybody's turning into that." I said, "You know, up in Canada, they don't even have that kind of shit. They weigh it out in front of you. They have a bag." I said, "They
Not in
don't."
a legal dispensary, they don't.
Oh, well, a lot of dispensaries, well, I guess at Potheads, TH&C,
Yeah.
you're able to go
If they're
and you
on
can
First
see your
Nations,
flour, you can see you
yeah,
can smell it, you can touch it, you
yeah.
can weigh it, and then they sell it to you. They put your little label on it or whatever. I don't know
But
if they do labels, but
not in see when I say not in the legal dispensary, but that's incorrect because on First Nations land, those dispensaries are legal. But in the conventional legal, off of First Nations lands, off of the reservations, the packaging is like you're getting in the States, non-see-through. You can't see your
oh,
product. You don't know
well,
anything
then
about
great
it when you
news.
buy it.
Cresco has taken it upon themselves to start using clear because they used to have like the big glass jar, a
Mhm.
quarter ounce. Would be a big glass jar and you couldn't see anything. Now I got jars every day. They come, not today, but when
Right.
they come, they've been clear. You can see through them. You can see your bud in them now. And I'm like, oh, well,
Well,
that's a much better.
that's nice for when you're buying, but when you're storing, you're better off with the dark jar because the things that degrade THC are light and oxygen. So with the dark jar, with the dark browns, dark greens, the cobalt blues, the light doesn't penetrate, so that causes no issue. But when you're buying cannabis, not being able to see it is a problem,
Right, right.
right?
I guess
So
they've
it's
had
good for the buying
numerous complaints about not being able to see it.
process. But I would keep the dark jar to put my weed in after I brought it home. You know what I mean? Because the dark jar is
I'm
better
gonna,
storage.
I'm gonna look for something cool that's a dark jar that has like a good seal that I could use on a regular basis.
Yep. You can
Right.
actually buy really perfect containers called Tight Vac
Yeah.
from most head shops, and these
I used to
actually,
have the best containers. They were like film containers. Those things were the
oh yeah,
best.
food containers are pretty good too.
We
Yep.
should bring them back. Bringing back
Yeah.
film containers for our
Yeah. The
weed.
little black ones with the gray cap.
Right, with the gray
Oh
cap.
yeah.
Those were the best.
Yeah, I use those quite a bit. They were great for when you were on the road, right? When you were
Yeah,
moving
it was
around.
small. You had it in your pocket. You didn't have to worry about the
Yep.
bag unrolling in your pocket and losing an eighth in your pocket, a shake. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
tipping my pocket out, trying to find all the weed, picking out lint. Ugh,
Yeah, Garrett, you're better off with a dark jar. But if you take your
absolutely.
cannabis and you store it in a cupboard, you know what I mean? In a place that doesn't have access to light, then a
I
clear jar
kind of,
doesn't really matter.
I
But
have, oh, go ahead.
if you're keeping it on the table, like the coffee table or whatever, so you always have access to it, you're better off with a dark jar.
I have a shoebox that I keep it in, but
Mhm.
it's not a good shoebox because it's one of them clear plastic ones, but it has the hard white plastic top.
Right.
But it's in there, and then it's covered with another shoebox that's on top of it, and I keep all my stuff in there buried underneath.
Yeah, the
But
cannabis
it
should be
could still
stored.
be a little darker, I think.
Yeah, it should be stored in a cool, dark place. And when
It
I say
is.
cool, like it doesn't have to be the refrigerator, but like a place where maybe where you'd store your potatoes or your root vegetables or something like that.
Right, right, right.
Like that type of environment, right?
I'm gonna play a 420 song and run to the bathroom, and I'll be right back.
All right. Let's get to 420 and happy 420, everybody.
Said what you need, I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need, I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. I'm rolling deep, got Nikes on my feet. All these hundreds in my pockets make my body go deep. What you need, hit me up. I can make your life complete. Just dial my number, leave a fucking message at the beep. This is heat, and you know it's a capiche. And we golden, we going to uncharted territories that they ain't showing. But I'ma do it different. Me and my team on a mission, throwing shots back. Come visit the clinic, doctor. Please fill my prescription. Give them what they want, even if they didn't ask for it. Feeling like a Don, smoking Cuban with no passport. Luxuries, exotic, I got it. Fuck with me, bitch. Please don't want no problem, cause you know I'm psychotic. So what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. So what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. So what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. So what you need? I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. This life I'm living is something I could never envision. Just push your limits, you'll get it. I promise you'll get it. I started from the bottom, smoking roach after roach. It ain't no problem, more fire than lava. I'm the king of the jungle. My name Mufasa, lion roaring like a monster. This the appetizer, you my main course, and that's not surprising. Can you tell me that this ain't fuego? They know, that's why they be screaming out my name, ho. Hey, yo, this that shit. Grab a 40 and a split. Light it up, let's get trippy up in this bitch. No, I'm not one for quitting, I'm too legit. That's why I said he be making hits. Coincidence? Not likely, but what's the difference? Nothing, bitch. So, I'ma ask you one more time what you need. Ready for anything, don't fuck with my company. R.I.P. to this beat. Gucci green. Sleep, waking up at the crack of dawn for a G. You a B. Said what you need. I got that. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need. I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag, just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need. I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag. Just know it ain't cheap, ho. Said what you need. I got that Gucci green. You say you need a bag. Just know it ain't cheap, ho.
WTHC. Oh, I'm always getting down. Feeling a little bit better now that I've taken the Dayquil. It has stopped the snot from pouring out of my head. The headache is still here, but I'm okay. Gotta put my leg down so I can sit closer to the microphone.
Nice.
So what are you reading there, buddy?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm reading. I just was flipping through TikTok and I saw some girl talking about Wendy's doing a 1 penny cheeseburger from September 18th to September 22nd. And I'm like, that's TikTok. I don't believe it.
Right.
So I just Googled it instead, and it says the deal runs from September 18th to September 22nd. Wendy's is selling the junior cheeseburgers for a penny to celebrate National Cheeseburger Day.
When you buy 7 other cheeseburgers.
Well, that's okay. That's only 10 cents.
No. I mean, you got to buy the meal, and it's only participating Wendy's.
I'm just looking
in
now
America
to see what
only.
the deal is. No, this is actually, I look specifically in Canada. When ordering through the app, customers buy one burger, the second one for only $1.
See, we don't only tell you about weed, we tell you about food because we're big men.
Because they both go together hand
They
in
go
hand.
together, right? Weed and munchies.
That's right.
So
I don't know, though. I had
weed.
McDonald's this morning, and it was really not the way to start the day. You know?
McDonald's breakfast is gross.
Yeah, I got thrown off track this morning because I had to go to the grocery store so my wife would have her fuel for work.
Whatever's giving her gas.
And she was like, I'm in the mood for a chicken McMuffin.
A chicken McMuffin in the morning? Is that chicken and eggs?
No, they actually do a chicken patty on the McMuffin.
So it's chicken with eggs.
Actually pretty good. But the problem with McDonald's is it always sounds like a good idea, and then it's not.
Yeah,
You know?
their hash browns are always a fucking grease pile.
Yeah,
Their breakfast, the eggs are always gross. I
yeah.
would rather go to I miss, you know what I liked about McDonald's breakfast? When they had that steak, egg, and cheese bagel.
Oh, I don't
It was a,
remember that one. I don't think I ever tried it.
oh,
Yeah, chicken McMuffin, exactly, Garrett.
it was a little greasy.
Might be a Canadian thing. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
If I
You
got
know,
to eat a fast food breakfast, I'm kind of a fan of Wendy's Baconator.
yes, but I
Yeah,
have to avoid those because they are too good.
yeah, I'm kind of a fan. I eat 2 of them. I get 2 trios when I go, but I suffer the consequences for the rest of the day. But while I'm eating them, I'm happy.
Right? What the fuck is a chicken McMuffin? That's what I'm saying, Garrett.
That's what it is. It's a little. It's like in the, like you get the chicken sandwich. You got that
Yeah, I know
fried
what you're trying
breaded
to
piece
say,
of chicken.
but is there egg on it? It's
Nope,
just a chicken
nope.
sandwich on an egg
It's
McMuffin, like
yeah,
on an English muffin
it's a chicken patty sauce, and
on a
you hold
muffin,
it in a muffin. Yeah,
like
in
an
an English
English
muffin.
muffin.
Yeah,
Blech,
yeah.
blech.
Oh, I like breakfast burritos. I used to when I was a guest of the United States for a year. I worked in the unicorn factory, so I actually ran a sewing machine for a year.
Weirdos.
And the kid who worked in front of me was a Mexican kid who came from a restaurant family. So all his life he'd been in the
He knew
restaurant
how to cook.
business, and yeah, he knew how to cook. And he used to bring in breakfast every morning. You could buy them; it was a buck a piece, and he'd make breakfast burritos. And then he'd make this other thing. I don't remember what the name was, but he would take corn chips.
Chimichangas.
No, he would take like corn chips and smash them all up and add some water to them so it was like a paste. And then inside he'd roll in eggs and onions and peppers and cheese. And then he'd wrap it right up and steam it in the microwave. And when they came out,
Is this while we were in prison?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking prison food. Oh
yeah.
I'm like, why are we doing this?
And I got to tell you, man, some of the stuff I ate there was really
listen, I have never been, but I have heard there's quite some good dishes up in there.
Yeah, some of it was really, really good.
Some recipes have been passed down generation to generation.
Yeah, no doubt.
Quality food in there, man. I've heard.
We had
a friend of mine just got out after like a 3-year stint.
Yeah.
And for the same kind of reasons you were there for, weed.
Yeah.
And he ended up having to do 3 years, and we would talk like once a week. He would call me and we'd bullshit. And he would tell me, he's like, "Oh, today we're making blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "It doesn't sound good." And he's like, "Dude, it is so fucking good."
Some of it was. Not the stuff from the cow hall.
Then he got out of prison, and then he came home and he's like, "I'm making blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "What is that?" And he's like, "The stuff we made in the jail. I told you about it." He's like, "I'm
all
still
up in
making
the garbage bag, right? And they cook it in the toilet and everything like that.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm making that." I'm like, "What? You're home. You can have regular food." He's like, "I love this." He's like, "I love this. This is regular food. I've spent most of my life in and out of prison. This is regular food."
Well, I tell you, we had a Mexican guy. He was half Mexican, half white, and he was doing 30 years for smuggling across the Mexican border, right? Drugs.
Right.
And he was a good guy, and he could cook like a mother. So we had about 6 or 7 white guys in the unit, and we were really outnumbered. Out of 125, that's all there was. 6 or 7 of us. You know what I mean? So we were really we were really the minority there. But every couple of months, we'd all get together and chip in like maybe $10 worth of ingredients, right? From stuff from the kitchen and stuff from the commissary, and Billy would cook for us. And he'd lay out on top of the lockers this whole buffet. and he'd make 4 or 5 different dishes, and by the time I'd leave that cell after a meal like that, I was so full, like I had food right up to the back of my throat. And it was delicious. It was as good as any Mexican restaurant I've ever eaten in, and maybe
And it
better than
cooks in
some of
the
the ones
toilet.
that cooked in the microwave, right? For the most part. But we did deep fry and stuff like that in there. You were able to do some deep frying in your cell, and the whole unit would smell, right? But we had the Puerto Rican guys who make patillos, with the meat and the egg, onion and the peppers and the cheese, and so in a nice little dough and deep fry it. We had guys who made pizzas from Colombia. I mean, it was really cool. We actually freaked the whole administration out one time. They didn't know what to make of it because we decided we were going to have a day of unity in the prison. All the races were going to come together. Didn't matter what gangs you were in or what country you were from or any of it. And we were all going to come together for a communal meal. Everybody was going to eat together, right? Because everybody had their specialties in a unit.
Everybody
right?
got killed.
No, because there's a lot of people who hustle in jail, right? They don't get money from the streets. They have to survive somehow. So a lot of people are really talented at making different kind of food. So everybody was assigned, like the Mexican guys were making certain dishes, and the Puerto Rican guys, and the Dominican guys, and the white guys, and the black guys. Everybody was making something, right? So the members of that community contributed into it, and we fed everybody in the unit, 125 guys.
Different
just
meals
go around.
from different parts of the world.
Like everybody had their little station set up, so you can go grab a slice of pizza over here, go grab a burrito over there, go get a patillo over there.
But
you know
if
what I
you
mean?
grab too much, then you got your hand cut off.
Well, no, I mean, people are respectful in that environment, right? And the guys who didn't have money, I think everybody had to put in about $5 worth of ingredients, $5 each. You know what I mean? But there were guys.
A lot of guys don't have money.
Well, that's right. There were guys who didn't have $5, and there was no problem. That didn't preclude them from enjoying, you know what I mean, what was laid out. But the prison couldn't get it because there's always contention in prison, right? There's always tension there. There's always something going on. Somebody stole somebody's wine or owes gambling debts.
It's called hooch.
Yeah, there's all kind of shit like that going on. But for this one day, everybody was in harmony, and we all came together for a specific peaceful event. And the prison staff, they were totally not liking that. Like, it concerned them to have us all together as one. Because really, if we could get all together as one for a meal,
take over.
we could get all together as one to overthrow the institution, right?
Right. They were like, yo, you guys get back to fighting. No more of this nice shit.
Yeah, I don't think they liked that too much. That was a real concern.
You go steal some hooch. You get back to taking care of the drugs over there. Get back to the kitchen. Break this nice shit up.
For me, there are some moments amongst that 8 years that stand out as being pretty cool moments. You know what I mean? And that was one of them. So
that's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it wasn't all bad. Mostly bad, but not all bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make the best of a bad situation. I mean, that's all you can do.
Well, I was kind of laughing to myself yesterday because I had asked the real estate agent that we went through to secure our new home in Montreal when we move. But I needed to know because we're coming out of a pretty big place. And I know we're going into a substantially smaller one. So I don't know what furniture will fit and what furniture won't fit and what I should bother taking, right? So I asked her if she could get me the dimensions of the different rooms so I could figure it out. So she sent me the dimensions yesterday. And there's a second bedroom there, and the dimensions are 9 by 9. And I was like, 9 by 9? That's like almost the same size as the cell I lived in. You know what I mean? So it's going to be kind of weird to be in that room because that's the room I'm going to set up as my office. But it's going to remind me looking around.
It'll be a cool little office, though, because you can hook it up, make it look cool, put some of your art up behind you.
Yeah, I'm going to do that when I get there. I'm going to actually...
Off topic, but Muck Sticky is officially on his way. His flight has taken off. He's on his way to the airport to fly to Ohio.
Nice.
Whoop, whoop.
Where's he coming from? Flight. Where's he going from? Tennessee?
Florida. He lives in Florida now.
He lives in Florida. Okay.
Yeah, he don't like Tennessee because they don't want him to smoke weed there still.
Yeah, Tennessee. Well, I hear that there's kind of a push in Tennessee for
Right. Everything I hear about right now is if you get caught with a roach, you can go to jail for some good time.
wow. Sad, eh?
That's bad. That's what I heard.
I was just reading an article this morning about
Oh, he posted a picture of himself on a plane, Andrew says.
nice.
All right, listen, I got other news. Should I wait until Crystal and Queen Kate are here, or should I just open it and do it now? I received a package from Master Rochi.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh well, let's see.
I should open it here now without them.
Yeah, let's see what's up. Let's give Master Rochi his props.
Absolutely. I got to lay down and let the big guy do it. But
Boo, Tennessee.
so here it is.
Is it some beard oil? Oh, you don't even know.
I don't know. I haven't opened it. I got it yesterday. I said I'll wait and see if Crystal
Oh, very
came
nice.
in today. It was very nice. They asked me to send them their address.
Maybe it's a simple syrup.
Maybe.
That would be interesting. You'd have to take it with you, though, because you don't get off on the edibles, but Kelly and Lori might enjoy that.
Well, it was in one package. Now it's in another one. Who is Master Rochi?
Master Rochi is a part of the Grow Fam network on Facebook.
I got a Master Rochi sticker.
Nice. He does lives on Facebook on Monday nights and Thursday nights. Great guy.
I got
Has
2 Master Rochi stickers.
Beard oils and other hemp related goodies. So really good guy. I've been on his show a couple of times and decent guy. Ooh, Loki, it is you.
I'm dancing.
Ooh, you got the stink on, buddy. Must be
Master Rochi
beard
oil.
Which one did you get? Moss and oak?
Oak, moss, and amber.
How does it smell?
I haven't opened it yet.
Well, open it up. I want to know.
Jeez. Relax.
I've been so curious about that. I wonder if he can ship it to me here in Canada.
It looks like he lives right down the block from me.
I think he's in Indiana or Illinois. Indiana, I think.
Maybe IN. It could be IN. Yeah, it looks like an NJ. But now that I relook at it,
oh, there you go, Master Rochi's Garden. Exactly. You got the right spot.
So it has a decent smell. It doesn't smell too strong, which is good because I don't want something. I don't want something that's going to smell all day.
Is Curly Kel still out there? You're not going to get her off your neck if you use that beard oil, buddy.
All right, I'm in trouble. I better not use it this weekend. I'll leave it home. Well, thank you to Crystal and Queen Kate and Master Rochi so very much. I can't wait to put this in here and get this shit looking good.
Nice. Oh, there you are. We were just talking about it. Da.Hippie uses that beard oil this weekend. You got to leave his neck alone. Can't be on the sniff. Yeah. Isn't he a perfect caricature, too, for his packaging?
Oh, yeah. He looks great.
Because that looks like Master Rochi.
It looks just like him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool.
Yep. Very nice. Thank you so very much. I will give you my review. I need some beard oil, too, because I'm really getting annoyed with mine. It's going to help the whole separation thing that you and I were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep separating in the middle here.
Yeah.
Making it look like I got like a.
Well, you know, I think
cheese.
he likes those new treats, but I don't think we're going to like them.
He likes them.
You can't smell this room?
Yes, I can. I thought it was you.
You're my wife. Oh, that's real nice.
I'm not going to tell you what he said about you earlier.
Well, we were suspecting that you had done a drive-by because Loki was nowhere to be seen, and it smelled funny. But they had seen you on the screen.
I said, "Uh-oh,
yeah,
maybe Mrs. High is going to have to stay home today. She got butt issues."
No. Trust me. The day I fart, it will be directly contact on his knee. I have a lot of paper.
He said if it was her, you owe me. She owes him because he's done it to you a million times. So
He has.
he was sucking it up. He was sucking it up. He said, I got to take this one.
But here's some good news for the people out there that don't know.
Tell everybody.
But smelling farts can help prevent Alzheimer's.
And it
Dementia.
gives you pink eye, though.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, that's what I heard. If you get
So
it,
if you're looking to avoid dementia in the future, when you're hanging around with your friends, you need to act like a dog every now and again. When they're ready to let one out, you got to go give them a good sniff. And that way, later in life, you won't lose your memory.
You'll remember those farts.
So smelling farts is good for the avoidance of dementia.
I am going to say that I lived across the street from a family of friends I'm still friends with to this day, and I love them to death. But they had the smelliest farts ever, the whole family. The mom, the dad, the brothers. There was 5, 6 of them.
Oh, you're in luck. Kelly's going to help you stay off dementia. She says, I'll be farting in the car now.
Oh, great.
Nice. And you guys are driving for how long together today?
Like 10 hours or
you're
something.
good.
Like that.
You're good.
Yeah, like 10 hours. Oh.
I'm sure there's nothing like girl farts. They're probably really
They smell like roses. That's what Mrs. Hippie tells me all the time.
Say.
They smell like roses. I don't have a smelly ass. Don't ever say that again. I'm like, all right, but I can smell it.
She said, no, it's the dog or the cat. It's not me.
She's always got the animals around her, so she could do that. They all flock to her, so it could be the cats or the dog.
Well,
be ready by 8.
What time are you stopping off to get the refried beans, Kelly? Make sure that you have your refried beans and your
Taco Bell on the way down. Then I have my fucking battle right back.
That's it. Give it about 2 hours to really brew.
We'll stink out Lori when she gets in there. Me, you, and my daughter will have a whole bunch of Taco Bell on the way down.
I'm going to miss Taco Bell, man, because where I'm moving, they don't have it. No Taco Bell in Quebec.
8? I am not prepared for 8.
What are you talking about? You got 6 hours to get ready.
Bro, I haven't started yet. I got socks packed.
What are you going to pack? You're only going away for 2 days.
Oh, yeah, but
socks, and you're going to a festival. Socks just might be enough.
When I fart, sometimes I shart.
Oh, so you need to bring an extra pair of socks then to wipe with.
Couple pairs of socks.
Do not stick me out, Lori says.
couple pairs of underwear.
How you doing, Colin?
No
Taco Bell, no deal.
I'm gonna shoot up my dirty boxers up at Muck Sticky on the stage. Started ones.
Yeah. I imagine he's got some dirty old thongs up there from time to time, though, eh?
I'm sure. Curly Kel's been washing old thongs and bras all week. She's got a whole bunch coming. She says she's going to stuff all the thongs.
You never should
all
open
the thongs in her butt crack, and she's just going to pull one out every couple minutes and throw it out of her butt crack. Listen, it's going to be a great show. I'm excited.
Yeah, you're going to have fun. It's going to be fun. That's an adventure I would enjoy being on. For sure.
And like I said, Muck's already on his way. We're getting now. It looks like we're leaving even earlier than I expected now.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
You got to get the party started, man.
And then we're going to go, and we have to go get Lori, which is in West Virginia.
Yep.
And then she's like 2 hours from there. So then we jump back on the road, and we're up and we'll be there by like 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, you're going straight there. You'll get there in the middle of the night to the festival site.
Yeah, we want to be like one of the first people in there, so we can get
your nice spot.
Well, we want to make sure that we're near where Muck is going to be getting set up, and all of the other people that we hang with in the Discord and stuff. So we want to try to make sure we're all there early, so we can get a nice area, so we can all make a nice big area to hang out and chill. And do drugs, sex, and rock and roll and that
Place
kind
to
of
send
stuff.
up your smoke signals.
Right. There's a 6-foot blunt. I don't know if you've seen any pictures of it yet, but
Put 'em
Billy
out.
Blaze and Calligraphy and all them guys, they rolled a 6-foot rose petal blunt that we're going to be smoking on as well.
Rose petal.
Yes, I guess that's a type of paper, rose petal. Or rose
Oh, there is a line of papers now called rose. Yeah. So
Go, puppy.
No, but I don't think it's a paper. It looked kind of like rose petals. It might have been rose petals. Dried rose petals.
Go, 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 go.
Wow.
Somebody's got to go do poopies.
Well, I got him some different treats today because he didn't have what he normally has. So usually I like to buy him these dehydrated chicken breast strips. But today they didn't have them, so they had more like they look more like the liver. They were cubed, right? But they're supposed to be chicken breast. But he's a fussy old dog. He doesn't like to eat his food unless it's got something mixed in it.
Oh yeah,
So,
mine's not old, but mine's the same way. I can't get
well,
her.
he's only
right.
5, but
Oh yeah, she's the same. She's the same. 5.
yeah, but he's really finicky like that. So I got to have something to put in there.
Does he still have his balls?
No. We took those.
Damn it.
We took those.
She still has her vagina. We could make a big puppy.
Oh, yeah, no, not him. He was too adventurous with my wife's legs. They had to go.
Oh, he's one of those.
He was a humper.
He's a humper.
Yep.
She's a humper.
She's got some good scars on her legs from him latching on. You know what I mean? Get that dew claw in there. So it's pretty tough.
He's a mix, but he's what boxer and Siberian.
Well, actually, have you ever heard of those Benoit ball, like those
Benoit
balls that you twirl in your hand and they got the little gong in them? You know, it's like a Chinese relaxation.
They're not Benoit balls, though.
No, they're not Benoit, but they're those relaxation ones, right?
Yes, the ones that you're supposed to be able to move them without making the bells ring. And if you can do that, then you're in Zen or something.
So I went and bought a set of those when I knew we were taking them to get fixed, so that I could go to the vets and put that on the counter and ask them if they could stitch those in their place, so that he
feels like he's still whole.
And I'd know when he was coming.
Ding,
You
ding,
know what I
ding,
mean?
ding, 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 ding.
So
Instead of having to put a bell around his neck, he's got his balls.
Put him right in there.
Bling, 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 bling.
He's funny now, though. He walks around. He looks like he's got an empty purse. It looks like one of those old medieval purses where they kept the coins, except he's broke.
Oh, they didn't take the sack?
Yeah.
I thought they took the sack too.
No, just the contents. The contents, and they left the pouch.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I've always had girl dogs, so I've never really had to deal with that.
You know, I really like having a male. They're not quite the same. My daughter has his sister, and they don't have the same personalities at all. You know, like she's much more territorial and aggressive, and Loki's just like goofy and lovable and timid, and you know what I mean? Like the little French bulldog my brother has scares him. You know?
I thought it was like plastic surgery when you were done taking the balls off.
No.
Fix that shit up, make it
But
look
it's
pretty.
better for them anyway. Like you say, it reduces the risk of cancer in the dogs to get them fixed.
Well, yeah, I had one male too, but he came fixed, so I never really looked at his balls. I was like, whatever. He was a furry fella, so they were kind of covered.
I got rid of the pup we called Sir Humps a lot. He would hump air smelling the food when it was cooked. My dog's pretty good. Now the only thing he really humps is the pillow. He likes to get the pillow going, but I think
he
it's
still humps though after they took the balls off, huh?
Yeah, very rarely now. More like when it's a stress thing. Like the other night.
You know what they say? They say if he gets that humping going before you get the balls taken off, then that could still continue after. Like some dogs, if you get them, if they've already had a set of puppies, a boy is already mated, you know, and then they cut the balls off after, they'll still try to mate because they remember the great feelings, I guess.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but for him, yeah, we just did it because it's better, really. You know what I mean? Plus, my wife couldn't take it, but sometimes he gets stressed. Like the other night, he wanted to go outside. He was crying at the back door, opened it, and he took off like a shot, right? And we live in the country. So, and I have a big shed in the back, so creatures can live under the shed. You know what I mean? There's plenty of room for them under there.
Sure.
And I think there's something under there.
I live in the land of creatures.
Yeah, and it had him so stressed. When he came back inside, he was panting and humping, and and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Like I was almost concerned. I didn't go to bed. I usually go to bed pretty early, but I stayed awake like 2 hours longer because I was just kind of like, "What's up with him?" You know what I mean? I wanted to see him calm down first because I couldn't really relax because I didn't know what it was. But it must have just been whatever he encountered in the backyard.
Colin, you are so funny. Mrs. Hippie had an issue with that too. With our Chihuahua, the dog would fucking constantly be carrying her underwear around in its mouth, chewing on and licking on her underwear. I'd be like, "What are you leaving fudge marks in there or something, girl? Why is that dog? She don't like my underwear, but she got something in there. She likes out of you."
Yeah. No, I know people that have had to have surgeries on their dogs because the dog's eaten the woman's panties and then been stuck in their intestines, and it blocks them up, and they've had to have surgery to have. They don't know what the blockage is till they get in there. But when they get in there,
they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
does this belong to you, miss?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a dog. That reminds me of a story when I was young. It was my 13th birthday, and it was Friday the 13th. I remember it because it was crazy. And I had to go to school, and I was walking out the door to go out to school, and I opened the door, and our dog took off out the door at 100 miles an hour. And then he ran out into the main road, and he got hit by a car, and he went flying up in the air. And then he came down and landed on another car going the opposite way.
Oh, fuck.
Back up into the air, landed on the ground, and took off running like a bat out of hell. We found him. We rushed him to the ambulance, to the hospital, They saved him. But he was a very skinny dog, and we couldn't understand why, He was very active and very skinny and crazy, and he was always chewing on shit. Well, we found out why, because his stomach was full. He ate a sleeping bag.
Oh, jeez.
And his whole stomach was just full of fucking sleeping bag shit.
Oh.
And then when they did the operation to save him, he did live. They saved his ass, and really no damage, maybe some brain damage, but besides that, he was good.
And $10,000 later, he was fine.
Yeah, my parents paid for it, so I don't care. Yeah. He was my puppy, though, and he almost died on my birthday. It was horrible. But yeah, he hit 2 cars, and I was running, so I saw it all. I was like the only one that saw it, besides the cars that got him. But they stopped, and then we went running. He took off down the road, like he could still run. So he was in shock after that, and he just took off running the opposite way. We chased him for an hour. We finally caught him, got him into the car, took him to the hospital, and they saved him. But he had they pulled out, I'm talking like my size of stuffing out of his stomach.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was crazy. He learned not to eat stuffing anymore after that. It was like, wow.
Yeah, no doubt. Better. Okay, have a good day.
Have a good day, Mrs. High.
Go make my money, would you?
Thank you. Don't say that. That puts you in trouble. Those are the words that get us in trouble.
I have a traditional marriage. My wife knows. I don't know how to handle the vacuum cleaner, the washer, dryer, or run a mop or broom. I've not taught those.
You better fucking start learning, bucko. That's what Mrs. Hippie told me. She's like, you better start learning this, because I come from a Archie Bunker kind of household. That's how my household was when I was a kid. It was, Edith, go do this, you dingbat, and take care of this, you dingbat, and the racism and the nonsense was all there as well. And that's how I was brought up, so. Oh, yeah. Somebody said they had a question before, too.
Here comes number 2.
No, wait. There was another question up here before that, though. Lori said she had a question.
I saw her say, what does that have to do with marijuana? That's a question. Nothing.
We just went off on marijuana.
It's Friday. It's a freestyle Friday, and Hippie's had a rough day, and
I'm
I was
feeling better,
distracted
actually.
most of the morning, so I really wasn't in the.
I can breathe through my nose. I'm feeling better. I don't know if it was the Dayquil because it seems like it kicked in quick.
Could be.
But I drank a half a bottle, so
That's right. Some
I'm
places
kinda
aren't
high.
my department. My department is the kitchen. That's my department, and my department is the joints. I do all the rolling in the house. After 25 years, my wife still has not learned how to roll. And when I give her shit for it, she's like, "You created me. I'm your responsibility. I'll never learn to roll because I always have you to do it for me."
Yeah, right. And when you pass away, she's gonna be fucked.
Then she'll have one of my kids do it, I'm sure.
All right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
she'll be living closer to them now, so that'll be
Yeah,
nice.
that's gonna be really awesome. It's gonna be really awesome to live near my kids again. I haven't had Christmas with them since 2017. So it's been a while.
He said you created a monster, Garrett.
Yes, I did. She was young and innocent when I met her. And she's still
She
pretty
couldn't have
innocent.
been wait a second. If I remember correctly, you met her in a strip club. She
Yep.
couldn't have been too innocent.
Well, I mean, her parents, her dad ran the place. Her mom worked there. It was like the family business in a weird way. You know what I mean? And she was bartending when actually she was waitressing when I met her, and then she switched to
I ain't
bartending
never been to
shortly after.
none of my strip clubs have
And
waitresses.
it was a blast for me because once she started bartending, I'd go to the club and hang out, and guys were always trying to buy her drinks, and she'd take the drinks that they were trying to buy, and they always
And then
ended up
she'd
in
bring
front
them
of me.
down to you.
I partied my ass off for 6 months, a year. It didn't cost me a dime. So it was
Yeah,
all
Jacob, I'm sick as a dog. I woke up sick as a dog today, but
who can catch a bird,
woo,
squirrel, and rabbits. Yeah, they can be good hunters when they want to be. My dog will chase them, but then he just wants to look at them. And I got a couple of big trees in the backyard, so the squirrels can get over his head, because they can run right out of the branches over his head, and he just,
gets
you know,
pissed.
yeah, he just
Come
looks at.
on. Come on back down here.
I don't think he's got a killing body in him. He doesn't even snap at flies, and that's unusual. And then when
I
I
got a
start to
head
kill the
cold,
flies with
man.
the
My
fly swatter, it
nose.
looks to me like there's something wrong with me.
Stop. You're hurting them.
So, yeah, my dog's part pit bull. He's boxer, Staffordshire Terrier, pit bull, and boxer.
Yeah. That's what my first dog that we called a Staffordshire Terrier, but this was back in the 80s was and that's when they were like, "Oh my god, nobody can own a pit bull."
You
Oh my
want to know how
god,
bad
they're
it was?
killer."
When I was moving here to Ontario a year and a half ago, my dog breed is banned here in this province. You can't own these dogs here. So my last vet visit when I was in Alberta, my dog's chipped and everything, right? So I talked to them and I told them, listen, this is a problem for me. I'm going there, but the breed is banned. Can you change his information on all his documents for me and reprint out everything? So they changed it all over. They called him a boxer mix, and they changed the information in the chip because they just do it online anyway, right? It's not actually in the chip. It's just a number they can read there.
Right.
And they changed all my documentation to show him as a boxer mix so that if I ever had a problem, I had, I had that. But how stupid is that to breed a whole fucking.
Well, I'm gonna say, like I said,
Yeah.
probably in the mid 80s or so. I guess it was the new breed, and everybody was talking about them, but they were bad. Everybody was talking bad about pit bull. So my
They are great dogs.
father and my mother made sure they like pounded it like drugs are bad. They pounded it into our heads that our dog was a Staffordshire Terrier, not a pit bull. But everybody that came up and looked at it was like, "Oh my god, you
That's a
have a
pit bull.
bull. You have a pit bull." And I was like, "No,
Yeah.
mine is not a pit bull. It is a Staffordshire Terrier."
Yeah, terrier mix would work too. And you know what they call Staffordshire Terriers? Nanny dogs. They used to have those dogs to watch the children. That's how safe they are. You know what I mean? They're not. In my opinion, there is no bad dog. There are
No, it's
dogs
just
with
bad
that
owners.
trait. But for the most part, it's the
I don't
older.
know. I gotta beg to differ. I got this puppy at a very young age, and she's a big dog. She's a Brazilian Mastiff. And from the day I got her, she's like to bite people. It's like her thing. She wants to bite people. Now, she's gotten older, and
Yeah.
we've prevented her from biting people, but it is not easy because she can't be out because my kids come walking in with people all the time.
Yeah.
They come strolling in the house with whatever, with no regard, and then their friend is getting bit. And I'm like, no, don't bite friends, please. So
Yeah.
I mean, luckily there was a couple bites in the very beginning of other children. My son was probably 6 or 7 or 8 when we got her.
Mhm.
Probably a little older, 9 or 10 maybe. No, I guess I don't know. We might have had her longer than I think now that I think about it, because I feel like he was pretty young, but she might be 8 or so right now. Who the hell knows? Anyway, uh, she nipped like a kid came
Oh,
up to go touch her and she nipped
that's
him.
funny, Colin.
Kid came up to touch her in the truck and she nipped him. Then a friend of mine came over one day and I brought her out to take her for a walk and he was standing there and she kind of jumped up and bit him on his hip,
Yep.
but not like, I'm gonna kill you, but just kind of biting. And I'm
Yeah.
like, she drew blood on his hip.
But
And he was
that's a test. You know what I mean? And the thing is when you have a dog that's prone to that, like my next dog, well, not my next dog. I'm probably going to get another dog in the next year or so, but I want to get a Cane Corso or a Presa Canario. That's what I'm wanting to have. But I know that those two breeds are very, very protective breeds on their territory.
and so is her breed. Her
Yeah,
breed
and
is very protective.
they don't like strangers and things like that. But there's a workaround to that, right? When that dog is a puppy, it'll be exposed. I'll take him everywhere, or her.
I did the
It'll
same. I
go
brought her
everywhere.
everywhere.
It'll be socialized with tons of different people and kids and strangers and dogs in the dog
I
park
tried
and
to do
everything.
that.
That will help calm them down, right? So
Yeah. We took her to classes and she passed with flying colors. They were like, she's a genius. You tell her to sit, she sits. You tell her to lay, she lays. You tell her to come, she comes. You tell her to walk, she walks. You say with me, she stays, she slows down and she walks with me. I mean, she's a very smart dog, but when it comes to people, she's like, I like these people that live in this house
and I don't like anybody
and
else.
nobody else. And then I have family that are biracial, and I've noticed that she is very aggressive towards people of color.
Isn't that weird, eh?
Very, like, my niece will come walking in and she's half black, half white, and but she's tanner, and
Yeah,
she'll come in and that dog will go so nuts that I'm afraid that the cage is gonna break because she's gonna try to get out and kill her.
weird, eh?
But then her mom will come in who's white and no, it won't bark at all.
Different reaction.
None.
Ah,
No. And it's the same, like, my son has plenty of black friends and white friends. Some of the white ones will come over. Sometimes she'll bark for a couple seconds, and then she'll see that they're fine and, it's a friend, and
right.
she'll lay down. But then other ones will come walking in, some of his other friends who are black or Spanish, they'll come walking in, and the dog will go freaking nuts, wants to dive out of the cage trying to kill him. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta get a stronger cage. This thing is shaking and wiggling." And she's not a small dog. She's 125 pounds.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And her
yeah.
father was a fighting dog, though. That's the thing, is her father was bred to fight, and she was bred, that was
Yeah.
his
So
daughter, and
so if he was bred to fight, it's because that his genetic line were fighting dogs, right? And they usually breed the most aggressive together to get aggressive dogs.
right, and that's what I
So
think is her issue, is that she was bred to be a fighting dog, and then a guy here in America bought her from Brazil, from somebody he knew in Brazil, and then he bought her, and then he paid $2,000 for her to be shipped here,
yeah,
and then he was like, "I can't keep her. She's too crazy. She's too big. She's, like, jumping all over my truck," and I was gonna keep her as a truck with me, in my truck
yeah.
and live
Well,
on the road.
when I got him, have you ever heard of the dog Hulk? He's a famous dog. He's
No.
a big pit bull, but he's massive. Like I don't remember exactly what breed he is, but he's a huge dog. He's famous. It's a famous dog.
I've probably seen him. The one that looks like he's got muscles on top of muscles on top
Yeah,
of muscles,
yeah,
and
they
his
call him
face has
Hulk.
got
Like,
muscles
it's
on
an
it. It's got more
incredible
muscles.
animal. So when I
Dick
got
has got muscles. Everything's got muscles.
when I got Loki, a buddy of mine came over
Hulk died, Glitch says.
and he says, "Oh, he died. Okay." So my buddy says to me, he said, "I didn't know you wanted a dog."
Rest
And I
in
said,
peace.
"Yeah, I've been. You know, it was kind of a surprise to get him, but wasn't planned. But yeah, I've been wanting one for a while." And he said, "Fuck, if I would have known that, a buddy of mine got a puppy from Hulk, paid 50 grand for the dog, $50,000, but the guy was not home a lot. He was gone a lot of the time. He had obligations that kept him away from home. And the dog was not a good dog because it was left alone too often, right? So it was uncontrolled. And he says to me, he says, my buddy was just looking to give it away to a good home. You could have had that dog if you'd wanted, you know? And I was like, oh, well, you know, it didn't work
So
out
they
that
say
way.
look up Ace. Ace is one of Hulk's puppies now, and he's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're crazy big dogs. And I don't know personally whether I would have liked it or not, but just the fact that I could have had this pup
The
that was worth
muscles and walk
50
down the
grand.
street with that dog. I mean, my dog is beautiful, and you walk down the street with my dog, and everybody looks because she
Yeah.
stands at my hip. You know, her head is at my hip, and she's just big and beefy, and you know. But she's horrible. Like you can't go. I can't take her for a long walk because if I come up against another human, she's stronger than me. She pulls me if she wants to. She'll drag my ass like a flower down the road.
Huh,
She's big.
crazy, eh?
So she don't get
Crazy,
very
eh?
much socialization anymore. She doesn't get very much anything else anymore. She comes, she hangs out with the family, and then it's tough because she doesn't like the cats either. So I could have 2 dead cats if I want, if I let her out in the house. So she comes out, you know, we play with her, and then she goes out and on the line, out on the deck, and she hangs out. We'll go out and we'll give her the time that she needs there. You know, when it's a nice day out, she makes the decision. When we're walking in the house, I go to the front door, and if she turns right, then I know she wants to go out on the deck. If she
Right.
comes in, she wants to go in, and she wants to go lay in her cage. And then she goes to, like, I open the cage and I let her out. She goes back in it. And she just stays in it. She
Oh,
doesn't
dogs
want to
like
be out.
their crates. Like people
Yeah, she loves
think
her
that
crate.
crate training isn't necessarily kind to the dog, but the dog likes a crate. They like to have their own space sometimes
She loves her
away from us.
space.
You
She
know what
will
I mean?
never she's never sh I mean, once she had an accident in there because she was sick. She's never shit or pissed in her cage. She takes care of her cage. She cleans it. She moves her bowl around. I mean, there's a lot of fur around the outside of the cage all the time. I gotta be cleaning up, but
I know for really short-haired dogs, they shed a ton, eh?
she sheds a fucking ton, man. I could
I
make
know, mine
puppets
too.
out of all the fur I have from her. I could have
Mine
made 2
too.
puppets the last time I swept around that damn cage. And she's short
Nice.
haired. She's not long. I mean, it's not, you know, really short, but it's, you know,
Yeah, like my dog's fur
inch
is super
long
short.
hair, you know, maybe an inch long. Not, you know, that's
In the summertime, you can see through his fur to his skin. You can see the dark splotches underneath. That's how
yeah.
bald he
So
gets in the summer.
yeah,
His fur is
you can
like
see
short.
the birthmarks and stuff. Yeah, like the colors and the skin. That's cool. You can see them with greyhounds a lot. I
Yeah,
mean, not greyhounds, Great Danes.
yeah,
They have a lot of those colors, the blues and the blacks and the
yeah.
underneath the colors.
No, I love dogs, big time, big time, big time. Yeah. I mean, if
Well
I'm
done.
scrolling through TikTok and I see somebody saying, "Oh, this was our last day with Spot," I'm like, scroll fast. I don't want to know.
I
You know,
don't want to cry.
I want to see all the sad business with
I
dogs.
just had to
Always
bury
think
2
about
cats in like a week. 2 cats in the
that.
same week. That was fucking horrible. 2 cats that I had for like 16, 17 years.
Yeah, no, dogs are amazing, man.
And they both, the brother and sister, and they both died the same week. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, strange, eh?
They both lived a full life of 17 years
Yeah.
and both died in the same week.
Well, they're off in a better place, and it's on to the
Yeah.
new kittens, right?
Well,
Because kittens are always fun.
one of them's burnt to a crisp and inside of a cat upstairs in my daughter's room, and the other one's buried in the yard.
Oh, there's your pup right there, eh? In your picture, Garrett.
Hanging
I
out with my
always noticed
chihuahua.
that, but I never thought about it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that either. I'm like, oh.
Well, Hippie, it's 10 after 2.
Yep.
You got a busy day. Lori's got a busy day. Kelly's got a busy day. Everybody's going to Muck Sticky's going to have a blast.
Oh my God, I can't
today.
wait.
So you
I
guys are
gotta
gonna
go.
have a lot
I'm
of
gonna
fun.
stop and pick up like 3 bottles of Dayquil, I think, because I took that and I feel great.
That's it.
Thank you,
You have to,
Garrett. Thank you, everybody out here for hanging. We had great numbers
you have
today.
to do me. You have to do me a FaceTime, a Facebook video call from Muck Sticky.
Oh man, we're
You're
gonna
all
do
hanging
is
out having a party.
the only thing I can't find, and I'm pissed, is I have a really good video camera, and I think my daughter borrowed it once, and for some reason I haven't found it back.
Oh, thank
But
God phones have them now.
uh,
Thank God almost every phone has a video camera in
well,
it.
they say there's a spotty service out there, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go live, but I'm definitely gonna be doing video and taking video.
Yeah,
And
it'll be fun.
Jacob Stankbutt over here that just said something about being sick. He's gonna be having he's got a whole bunch of video. They're doing like a documentary
Okay.
for Muck Sticky's, life, I guess.
Oh,
And
nice.
they're gonna be recording a whole bunch of shit for the whole show from beginning to the end. So it's gonna be
Oh,
great. I can't wait.
that'll be fun. You guys are gonna have a blast.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
You're
in the
gonna have a blast,
documentary.
man. I hope you
The
all
hippie.
stay stoned and stay safe and have a good time and everything goes better than you hope it will.
Corinne, thank you so much. We're gonna keep looking and we're gonna figure it out for you, girl. We're gonna try to figure this out. I think the dry herb vape is gonna be the answer.
Yeah, I think it's the best place to really start
Start
to try
anyway.
because it'll be the easiest on your lungs of any way. If you're gonna smoke at all, then yeah, it's gonna be the easiest on your lungs for sure. So, it'll be good. Nice.
He ate the
Nice.
booger.
All right. Good stuff,
All right.
man.
Thank you guys
Have
so very
fun.
much.
Have a safe trip, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great time, and we will see you on Monday
55 years.
at noon.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Monday,
not
we
Monday,
don't know.
Tuesday.
We don't know. Well, I'll keep you posted if we
Okay.
get home in time, because now I've heard people are talking about packing up late Sunday night or whatever and leaving and getting home. So we
Right.
don't know what we're doing officially, but some point at Monday I will be on the air definitely. If it's before we go on, then whatever. If you want to come on later, if you're around, I'll let you know. I might be on in the afternoon that day, but I'll be
Right.
on some point Monday.
Well, let me
Uh,
know for noon on Monday if that's going to happen.
Yeah,
If not, we'll be back
I'll
on
text
Tuesday.
you. I'll text you if I can. If you don't hear from me at all, then you haven't heard from me. Then just assume that we're not doing anything on Monday.
Well, I'm just going to hope that Lori and Kelly don't kidnap you and haul you off into the woods.
Well, that's a
And pull
possibility.
out all
too.
your stuff in.
Yeah, my stuffing. I got to go load up some extra stuffing because these girls have already been talking about fighting over me and shit. So I got to ride on Curly Kel's lap all the way there.
Just make sure that you don't get tossed up on the stage with Muck Sticky. Oh, that
no,
might
no.
actually be fun. That would be a great little video clip.
Throw my bra instead. I'll throw my puppet.
That's right.
Catch. No, I'm not getting involved. I am throwing nothing at the man. He yelled at me in the back. I said, I'm not throwing nothing, man. I don't know nothing. I'll be the fat guy all the way in the back, sitting over there listening and watching, sleeping. Because by 8 o'clock, I'm usually out cold.
When he goes on tomorrow and Sunday, or tonight and Sunday?
Both not. No, tomorrow. It starts
Tomorrow,
tomorrow. We're not
Yeah.
even allowed in the gates until 11, I think, tomorrow or 10
Okay.
in the morning.
Good.
And then it goes that whole night until like 2 in the morning. The bands finally stop, and then back up bright and early the next morning because I think the first band is on at like 10 in the morning or something like that, and Muck's on at like 7 at night that night. And then after it kind of winds down, some people are saying they're going to be heading out, but you can stay that night again and then leave the next morning, Monday.
Yeah, because there's no doubt people will be intoxicated and stuff, and they shouldn't be driving. So why would you?
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. Checkouts like 11 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that's a responsible thing to
And
do.
take your trash with you.
All right, everybody. Thanks for spending your time with us today and this
Absolutely.
week, and all your great interaction. And we just so love having you here.
Absolutely.
It's an amazing experience. I know we weren't really cannabis focused today, but today was a weird day. It was
How about
Friday,
this? Watch.
and
I'll
what the
fix
hell? So we'll
Weed.
get back to normal.
Weed.
Weed.
Talked about weed.
That's right.
All right, now we talked about it.
Yeah.
All right,
There you
love
go.
you guys. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace, everybody.